Here, push it down on your thumbnail. Now it's recording right now. Okay, bud. What's this thing right here?
Arrow thrust.
Okay, does it have a propeller guard that goes on it?
There's supposed to be a propeller guard that goes on it.
Oh, there is? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have it.
And
I'm going to have to fabricate one.
what's this thing right here?
This is where you put a crank.
Yeah?
Like you would an old Model T, and you crank it to start it.
Wow.
Carburetor, updraft carburetor, spark, advance, and
That's
retard
part of
right there.
Okay.
Yeah, throttle down here and choke.
So you got your hands full running this thing.
Yes, you do.
And what's this thing right here?
That's part of somebody who's trying to make an exhaust for it, which is not right. I've got to change that, but I will change that.
Where did it go? Normally out that way?
On the back and down,
I got you.
so it doesn't burn your propeller.
So how old is this one right here?
This is 1914.
Oh, just the start of World War I.
Yeah, 1914.
Well, what about that one back there?
That's about a 1960, and it's a Dragonfly.
Yeah?
And the Dragonfly, it bolts onto, I'll get over here if I can. It bolts onto about any boat. And you got a recoil, off and on switch, throttle.
How fast does it go on a 14-foot aluminum boat?
It's a 2.5 horsepower, so it goes as fast as a 2.5 horsepower.
Does it really?
Yes, it's just about what it goes.
It actually will go as fast as 2.5 horsepower.
Yes, it will. Yeah, I have a 16-foot freighter canoe, Old Town canoe, about 1910 or so, and I've run this on that, and it pushes it along just about what that will push a little 2.5 horsepower.
I'll be. That's pretty interesting.
Of course, like anything, if the wind, if you got a wind pushing you, this is pushing you, it'll go fast. It'll go like a 3 horsepower. That's about it. Yeah.
So what about this one right here? This thing that's painted red.
Get over there. Which one?
This one right here. These two. They're both red.
They're both red. They're kale.
Yeah?
Kale, whatever you want to call it. This is an official Kale 30 racer.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's a racing engine, factory racing engine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are these little knobs here in front?
Well,
I've never seen those before. That one doesn't have it.
No, this is an earlier model. This is 27, and I think this is
There must be a racer too then if it's got that
Yes,
propeller.
because it has what they call a tractor lower unit. Instead of the propeller being behind the motor and pushing it, the propeller's in front, so it grabs all the water.
But that one looks like it could be both.
It could be. Yeah, it can be done either way. You notice that the motor stays still and just the lower unit turns. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. And this is an earlier version, and these are homemade racers.
Okay.
And then when they get starting into the racing really big time, Cale, Johnson, Evinrude, the Lockwood, there's a whole bunch of them that come out with these.
My understanding is that was the first racer that was made, 1926.
26 or 7 right in there. I don't know just exactly which year this is made, but it's got the tuned header exhaust on it, the big loud exhaust.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool to have these. That one is, it's not as fast as this one, but that one sounds really cool.
I see.
Yeah, got a lot of roar and snout to it. So on Saturday morning early.
So that was 1928.
28 and 9, 28 I think, yeah.
And that was 26,
7,
27.
26
right,
or 7.
right.
Got primer cups on it. You fill them little things full of gasoline and you open them up and it gives you enough gas to prime it, to start it. And then usually they'll start first or second flip. Little updraft carburetor. Well, they're touchy rascals too. It's a mechanic's motor.
What are these things right here? Those places we hook on the steering?
No, you pull those out and it opens the exhaust up, so it's straight exhaust.
So it's a cutout.
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 Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now,
these are air intakes.
oh, make the air go
So that
more
you
air
run-
into the system.
Yeah, so as you run it, and you can't get quite enough air up to that little hole there, you open these up, and that gives it a little more air right
You have to
directly.
change the carburation a little bit to do
Yeah,
that?
you have to readjust it a little bit once. Yeah, it's like I say, it's a mechanic's motor. You have to play with it to make it run good.
So what's this green thing down here?
This is a Kale.
Or gray?
This is a Kale, and it's a big long thing that sticks way out back, like they have the the Orientals like you'd find in Taiwan or somewhere like
All
that.
right.
And this is about a 1917, 18, around in there. From there on up,
So it was made during World War One.
somewhere's around there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is. I haven't polished it, but this is all brass.
Well, it looks
This is-
real.
This is a nice. This is a nice runner. It runs really good. Gets a big fat spot with it. This also has the primer cup.
Okay.
Thing battery ignition.
All right.
You have to have a special ignition for
So
this.
it's a
You have
little
to have
different
ball.
than these right here.
This one's got the ignition up under the magneto, like the outboards of today.
All right.
This one you had a little box, and in the box you had what they called a buzz coil, which when it come around and made the contact, it would buzz and make that cylinder fire. And then you've got a little timer on the front of that too. Right there.
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it down there. Yeah.
See the timer.
So you'd have your wire hooked on there to go
Yep.
back to the buzz coil. I mean,
Yep.
back to the
And when
to
this-
the buzz coil, and then you'd have a big spark plug wire going to the spark plug coming out of the buzz coil.
Yeah, into that. Yeah. Oh, very simple carburetor. Basically, all it did is sucked air in there, and you adjusted the amount of fuel in it.
What's this thing right here?
Evan Road. This is probably, I don't know, I got it tagged here. This one is a 29.
Is that his ice cream motor?
It may be. I don't think so. I think his ice cream motor was a different one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Had one great big cylinder
Yeah,
stuck out.
right,
You
okay.
put your hand on it, get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dug this out of a barn, and this is the exact condition it was when I got it outside. If I cleaned the hay chaff off of it. This motor has got, it's got nice. I've never run this motor, but there's no reason it wouldn't start it up and run really good. It's got a good spark, got good compression. The carburetor's clean. I just have never. That's one of the things I'd like to do this summer is put this on one of my boats and try this to make sure it goes good.
I understand there's another fellow that has some other outboard motors that likes to race against you.
Oh, really?
Is it? Yeah. Well, that's how I've heard.
I know that guy, and
Yeah,
I look behind the boat, and there he is, way back there.
Oh, I see.
He gets to see the back end of my motors. A
Oh,
lot.
he does. Oh,
Oh,
I see.
yeah.
Oh. I've heard him say different, but that's
Well, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
Well, now this one looks very interesting. This looks
That's
like
cool.
When was this made? In 1910?
No, this is about
Oh.
1960, and it's an arrow.
It's an arrow.
Arrow, yeah. I
I
think
mean,
you
like,
find it.
has it got a bow that goes with it?
No, this is the bow right here.
I see.
Or you could pull a cord out and tie a bow. In the
How
cord.
fast does that go?
That's 2 horsepower.
Yeah,
Two
that
and a
goes
half, maybe. Yeah,
20 or 30 miles an hour?
I don't think so.
No?
No,
Okay.
it'd probably go like maybe 5 if you were
Okay.
really lucky. Had a good, easy boat.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the handle too. Now, is that an original handle or is that?
It has to be original from somewhere.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right.
That wasn't mine. I like this handle. Oh, this is somebody made this. I had the motor given to me. This motor here, this handle here is a shaft out of a automatic transmission. a front wheel drive or something. I don't know what it is. But whoever made it did a good
Oh,
job.
I guess they did. It
Yeah.
looks like it looks a little bit better than these knobs do down here.
Yeah, those are a little rough.
Yeah.
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 You know.
All right.
Worth a lot.
Now that's a nice looking little motor. That Sport King.
The Sport King.
That must be a 3.5 or a 2.7
This is a 3 horsepower, and it's 1956, and it's also air cooled, and it's also 4-cycle. So you just think 4-cycle is new. It's been around a long time, and this is a 4. There's another one of the this is by
That
Lawson.
looks bigger.
Lawson. There's a 6 horsepower twin cylinder.
What's that little gauge in the front of it?
Oil pressure,
That's oil pressure.
because that's also 4-cycle.
Now why would you want oil pressure?
Because it's a 4-cycle, you want to know if it's pumping oil or not.
I got you.
This
And
box,
what's this thing? Has
that's a
two
choke
has two
down
different
there.
leather.
and the other lever is for the throttle. That's the off and on switch.
And this one's choke and this one's throttle.
Yep, Yep.
Okay.
that's the box it came in.
All right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
Yeah, that's the box it
So
came in.
anything interesting up here?
Well, that's the
Start.
steering wheel going on my boat.
What does this thing do? That looks like a
I
fishing
don't know
rod
what that
holder.
is. That's probably a fish rod, an old style fish rod holder. You bolted that on your gunnels and put your...
Would that be a fish reel to go with that fish rod holder?
It might be. Probably one of the other ones up there would go with
I
this
gotcha.
one. You should pull this out, spread it apart,
That's
put your
made
rod in there.
It's from Lewiston, Maine, isn't it?
With this? I don't know.
I think they are, yeah. I think they
Really?
are from Lewiston, yeah, I do.
Let me
It's
see.
made in Maine. I know
Lewiston,
that.
Maine, yes
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Down East Sportscraft. Down East Sportscraft, Lewiston, Maine. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
And these have been around. I've had them quite a while.
What are these things back here, bud?
Grease guns.
Grease guns?
Grease guns.
For what? They're weird
For greasing.
things. Different kinds?
Different kinds for different things. Motorcycle.
What kind is this? What does that thing do?
That's an oil thing of some kind.
It's got some kind of a valve
Yeah.
on top. What's that?
Yeah. Just the way I found it.
All right.
And there we go. This is a valve for running the thing. This is an oil transfer, I would think, probably.
I think that's a fishing rod, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I don't
You
think
sure that's not a medical instrument?
It may be.
For fish oil.
I could say
Extracting
something
fish
about
oil.
it be good.
And this one's a grease gun too.
That's
got
a
little
grease gun.
different tip
That's
on it.
they're all grease guns.
All right.
Yeah.
Now what about this engine right
Up here.
Oh, yeah.
Up here is an Orvis glass minnow trap, 1885. That probably didn't come from 1885, but it's really old. And what's the chances of that surviving all these years? That's the box it came in right there. That's how you bought it when you bought it from Orvis. Now, Orvis Company is still in business today. And this is an Orvis minnow trap. Yeah. Glass one.
So what about this thing right here?
This is probably one of the ice cream motors that he spoke about. No, not really. This is one of the first year that Ole Evinrude come back. He sold his company, turned around, come back.
It looks like the lower unit's got aluminum.
It's all aluminum. There's a rudder.
Okay.
It doesn't turn. There's a rudder. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a rudder back there. That's how you steer that with two strings.
Okay.
And if you push it this way,
Is that why they called it a rudder twin?
rudder twin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Push it that way, and when it kicks a large kick, you let that out, and it'll stop and run backwards. That's your reverse. But you got to be pretty clever with that.
But you don't want to stick your fingers in here while it's
Don't
running.
stick your fingers
Okay.
in there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what about this one right here? 1929.
29 leftover parts.
Okay.
Evinrude,
Top.
Johnson, whatever, the company bought them out. They started building parts back in 29. It's a real hard seller, so they didn't make a lot of new stuff. They just gathered a whole bunch of stuff to make this one. OMC, Outboard Marine Corps.
And how about those? Oh, those cute. Oh, those are cute little motors.
I know,
there.
you just
Did
drooling
they-
over
oh,
those, I can
They
tell.
are so cute.
Those are racing engines.
They are. Damn.
You race up and down, race up and down the thing, race up and down the cove, trying to make them run. Yeah. Smallest outboard ever made, right there.
All right.
For half a horsepower. They don't. Even today, they don't make any smaller. They did not run very good. The spark plug, I think, is bigger than the piston. They didn't run good, but they was good at the time. The pack basket, put it in a pack basket and lug it back in. Yep.
Now this one looks like it's got a racing lower unit.
This is a racing. This is the last year that Johnson made factory racing engines right here.
It's got a real sharp-looking lower unit.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Whoa. That's awesome looking.
Yep.
Let's turn that.
I don't know if I can get it turned. No, it won't turn around.
It's kind of fuzz.
Yeah, kind of frizz up.
Got the safety hold on it.
One of those project ones. There's another racing engine here.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, with another one of those
Rich, pointy lower units. Those look real fast.
Picked lower unit. That makes it go a lot faster.
They do.
Yeah.
Pointy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're wicked pointy.
Yeah.
And then you got a champion back here.
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Those are kind of
They make spark
underrated.
plugs.
Those are kind of underrated because that little motor right there runs like really, really nice. It runs good, starts good, goes along quite nice.
Did the spark plug company make those?
I don't think so.
You don't. You don't think Albert Champion made those?
Maybe he did.
Okay.
He made a lot of stuff.
What about this one right here next to it, the Neptune?
That's a Neptune.
Does that belong to the guy with the forky thing that he holds?
Yeah, that's the
seaweed
guy.
all
Yeah,
over him?
yeah. That came from the Coast Guard station in Montauk, New York, as far as I know. And that was made by Lockwood Ash.
You suppose they made any rescues with that?
Probably not. They probably just polished it a lot. From the U.S. Coast Guard.
Yeah. This part, that would polish up nice. I've never seen one with a brass flywheel.
This is, neither has anybody else. And I've looked in this. The only one that I've ever seen with a brass flywheel. And I would imagine there's a lot of brass on this. It was a salt water. It's for the military. So they had painted in brass so that the guys didn't have nothing else to do. They could polish the flywheel.
That sounds good.
Yeah, give them something
Now,
to do.
what
Yeah.
about that right there? Is
My little bulldozer.
Is that what that is, a boulder? What are those little white things on top? Look like they've got
Oh, who
little
knows?
jars.
Who knows what them are? Them are little,
You think those are little pistons maybe
little
that go up and
pistons
down?
go up and down so
All
the
right.
kids could see them go up. That's pretty
That's
cool,
cool,
little toy.
yeah.
It's just a little toy thing. I do happen to have collected.
I'd like
a
to
few
see
toys.
that too, be honest with you.
What? See that go up and down?
I was.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
right.
I don't
Oh,
know if
Reed's
it does or
getting-
not.
So there's a little motor down in here. What's that thing do?
Just a little motor.
Little tiny motor down
Yeah,
there.
it's just
It's
there.
It's just a little motor.
It's just a little motor.
Okay.
Somebody brought that in and said, here, you might as well have that. So,
From the Little Motor Company.
from the little motor company, yeah. There's a cool little motor right here, this little Johnson. This is all original, just the way I got it.
Well,
Yep.
that one's
And that
clean.
runs like it's a nice motor. It turns all the way around for reverse. And now we're going backwards. And then you bring it around like this and go.
Well, wouldn't you run over your feet with a propeller if you had that?
Well, if
going
you had your
backwards?
feet dangling out, if you had a hole in the bottom of your boat and your toes are sticking out, it probably would hurt.
Okay.
What model is that, Bud?
I don't know. The TN?
T something.
TN, I think it's a TN.
Made right after World War II.
Yes, it's in the 40s, yep. Yep, it's just a 2.5 horsepower. There's not a lot of the 2.5, so it was the 3s and the 5s.
Yeah.
There were a lot of 5 horsepower. Gee, those are
Which
millions
the
of
ones that had the neutral?
them. That was a 5
was
horsepower,
a 5?
52.
52.
52, yeah. Yeah.
What's the one behind it? Looks like it's all crated up.
That's in the box. You come right in the box. That's the box it came in.
Really? What kind of a motor's that?
That's a Johnson.
Does it run?
It turns over.
I see.
Got compression.
Uh-huh.
That's as far as I'm going to go with
Okay.
that. All right. And we
Now-
have a few toys.
Is that all the original dust on there?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I saved that dust. I preserved that original dust. Yeah.
Now I used to have those things on my bicycle when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
ain't they cool?
Little jewels. I like
Those
those.
are hard to. That's how that stuff's hard to find. I got something to show you. It's really cool. I'll get this out. Here's a kit for a toy boat. It's got the shaft, the stuffing box, the propeller, the rudder, the gas tank, and a gasoline-powered running inboard motor, water cooled, and that runs on gasoline. They have gas. Model airplane.
Model
gas.
airplane gas.
Model airplane gas. Yeah.
God damn.
Is that cool?
Where'd you find that?
A friend of mine over in Portland, an acquaintance of mine over in Portland that sells toys and stuff. He run onto that somewhere.
Yeah.
Called me. He said, "Do you want that?" And I said, "How much?" He told me. I said, "Yes, I'll take it."
Yeah, you're an easy sell.
Yeah.
What's this one right here? What's that?
It's a little electric motor.
Oh, you can have either one then.
Either or, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
One's for trolling.
Huh?
One's for trolling.
Must be for trolling, yeah. That's a little kit. This whole kit. It come and
That is
that's the
pretty
box
impressive.
it came in. The whole works right there. This little kit. So.
Is that Neptune right there?
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, that's him.
That is him right
That's
there.
him, okay.
Yes.
And what are these things that they look like outboard motors in a glass of beer or something?
Well, that's what they are. No, they're not. They're not the beer stirrers. And they made a thing to steer drinks.
I see.
And they were little wind-up outboard motors. You put them on the side of your drink to stir your drink with. I've seen them. If I ever get a chance to find one, I will get one. But this is pretty cool little way.
So what's this one right here with the looks like a Johnson. That's a cover right here.
That's just what it is, just a cover.
Because they were always being broken down and stuff. Is that why there's a cover there, no motor, or was it dropped overboard?
No, those are the marvelous outboard Johnson outboard. You could throw them overboard,
I see.
put them back on the boat, run away. You just hadn't picked the motor back up, put it back on the boat.
Hey, there's another one right there.
Yes, it is.
That one's got another. That's got a bottom part to it. That's fancier.
Yes, it is.
It's got that sought after lower cowl.
Yeah. However, the band is. However, this one's got a neutral in it. Right there. Wow. Isn't that cool?
How do you do that? Just make the engine not work?
Probably not.
You ever had that running?
This one, no.
No?
No, but it.
Turns over, yeah.
Oh, come on, you. Why? It did turn over.
Ran last time before he put it away.
Yeah, right.
Ran before I put it away.
Well,
Last time I ran it.
how about this one right here?
That'd be
Water wheel.
Made by Kissel Company.
That's the Kissel Car Company. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Sears Roebuck?
Sears, sold by Sears.
What's this thing here?
That's where you plug your spotlight in.
Do you have the spotlight to plug in?
I don't have the spotlight.
You ever had this running?
Yes, I've used it.
You have?
Yes, I have. That runs like really, really nice.
Is that guy that hangs around that touches these motors and then they don't work?
It probably won't
probably
run again.
wasn't
I know that guy, and he's touched it, so it'll probably never run again.
Yeah. Better watch it, bud. You might start.
Yeah.
Even the spark plugs are unhooked, but you never know.
You can never tell.
What about that one right there? That looks like
There's another water witch right there. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah. That's, I don't know, probably 2.5, 3 horsepower.
It's cool, but it's. You want to move this one away from it because this detracts from it because this is too cool to bear right here.
Okay, yeah.
Right, it has a bottom shroud.
Yeah.
That styling is.
It's got that
awesome.
open midsection that a lot
Yeah.
of racers look for.
That's right.
Yeah. This is lawnmower special.
How about that little Johnson? Is
That cool
that a
one?
pretty good running little motor?
They do run good, yeah.
Is that 100?
That's not 100.
It's not 100.
I don't even think it's 100 cubic.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 100 centimeters. Whichever smaller.
All right.
I don't know, yeah. It's a Model 100, 200, a Model 200. There's not a lot of those around. But
Could you put it on that boat right there and make it? Could you go for a cruise with it on that boat?
That's a wind-up boat, plays a tune.
Does it really?
Yes, it really does. That's pretty cool. You wind it up the propeller.
Turns.
Yeah, you wind. That's how you turn. Then the propeller turns, and the mast goes up and down. It plays
Really?
some kind of a thing. Yeah, really good. I like that.
Has mine run out yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh yeah, there it goes. That is cool, bud.
How can you not buy that? There's a buck in a yard sale
Oh
somewhere.
God, I couldn't have passed that up.
I
Not
couldn't
in a
walk
million
by
years.
that.
No,
No.
just without even having it not work.
Yeah.
Then see that makes it worth
And we have
big
specs.
bucks.
Now, this is original right here. These are original. Still in the half in the package.
Now I've heard guys say that the old ones work better than the new ones do.
Yes, in
Yeah,
fact.
that's right.
These are large. These are racing plugs.
Uh-huh.
Brand new set. Racing spark plugs. So you want to be careful. I might put them in my motor.
That could happen. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Buck back, dude.
Yeah. And then I got a real pair right here. This is really cool. Leonard air cool spark plug.
All right.
Little fins
Do you
on them.
suppose that makes them work cooler?
Oh, that it would have to. I can tell right now.
You do?
I can tell it would be like a lot.
What kind of an outboard motor is that on the back of that?
That's what the heck is it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's a 1956. What the heck is it?
Aren't you kind of worried though if you have to tie it up that it'll float away?
No, that's
the
got
rope
some-
will slip off of that cleat there.
No.
No?
This has got so much power that you have to have one.
I see. All right.
And then my little screwdriver. Isn't that cool? That's like a whole bunch of little ones inside there. If I can get it apart.
And then there's
And
another
there's
little one in there.
Another one in there, see?
Oh, never
Is
mind.
there a shear pin on the inside of all that?
No, I don't do shipping. I don't do ship-ins. I don't like them. They're just messy, and you have to get your hands wet. If you're not careful, you lose your wrench overboard.
Yeah, but aren't you worried the guys yell at you if you don't have them?
No, I don't care.
You don't care. I see. Okay.
Look at this page. Do you think it cares?
Now, what about this thing right
Silver
here?
troll. I have a pair of them.
Do you troll for silver with it?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
So the guys out in Nevada use those to find silver.
They would have to. I would
okay.
think. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Electrics. Of course, you do realize that the first outboard motor was French and electric. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Well, I thought I'd tell you.
See, that's.
My buddy Peter Hunn told me about that in his book.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. What about this baby right here? Now that looks like an awesome piece of equipment. That looks big. It's got to be at least a 25 horsepower.
No, not
What?
quite.
No?
That's called a Zephyr. And this is, it's a 4-cylinder.
It turns over.
Oh yeah, turns
suppose
over.
it
Runs
runs?
good. It used to run good.
Yeah. Back when what was brand
When I
new out
put
of
it
the
on the
factory.
boat, last time
see.
I run it, it
I
ran
see.
good.
I see.
I haven't run it since, but
I
figured
see.
it was running good. I'm not gonna take a chance, and I can say I heard it run. Right?
Now is that what they call fully shrouded,
Yes.
ready for the grave?
Ready for that. Except this has got little buttons in it.
I
On
see.
some of these, take them buttons off and change this piece here, and put a recoil on it. That's the difference.
Why would you need a recoil if they start all like that? They got 4 cylinders, don't they?
Yes, they do, and they're awesome four cylinders.
Awesome
four
four
cylinders.
cylinders.
Yeah, really big 4 cylinders.
Right.
No, Zephyrs, there's a pretty big club that likes these, that play with these all the time. They raise some super mountains.
They do.
Yeah.
They,
They do.
they do like them.
Yeah, they actually like them. Yeah, so. So that's
All right.
some of my stuff.
Well, what do we say we head on up to his shop, David?
That's a great idea, Lincoln.
See what we got up there
All
in the
right.
way of super fantastic hot to go engines.
Yes.
Yes.
Some are in mass pieces and parts.